When you're driving down the interstate at like 70 miles an hour
Yeah.
and you pass a massive 18-wheeler pulled over on the shoulder, hazard lights blinking,
Yeah.
it's so easy to just drive right by.
Oh, absolutely. You barely even register it.
Right. You probably glance over, think, oh, bad day for that guy, and then go right back to listening to your music.
Yeah, it looks like a totally static scene. Just a pause in the action.
Exactly. But what if I told you that the moment those air brakes lock and that truck stops, a massive, invisible, high-stakes countdown clock just starts ticking?
It really does. I mean, it is the absolute definition of a time-critical emergency just hidden in plain sight.
Yeah.
What looks like a, simple mechanical failure to the passing driver is actually the activation of a highly coordinated, incredibly complex machine.
A machine designed to stop a ripple effect, right?
Exactly. A ripple effect that could disrupt an entire global supply chain.
Well, welcome to today's deep dive. We are thrilled to have you with us because today we're going on a journey into that exact invisible machine.
It's a fascinating one.
It really is. We are exploring the trucking industry's ultimate safety net, which is mobile roadside assistance, or MRA.
Right.
Our mission today is to unpack how a seemingly mundane service, fixing a flat tire or jumping a battery,
Yeah, the basics.
how that has evolved into a high-tech engine that keeps the global economy moving. I mean, it is the literal reason the goods you rely on every single day actually arrive on time.
And, the landscape we're looking at right now in 2026, it's fundamentally different than it was even like 5 years ago.
Really?
Oh, yeah. The scale of the operation is staggering, and it's entirely driven by this modern expectation of instantaneous delivery.
Okay, let's unpack this because, the sheer scale is mind-blowing. We're not just talking about a guy in a greasy trucker hat sitting in a tow truck waiting for a phone call anymore.
No, not at all.
We're looking at a vital, technology-driven business tool. So the next time you see a commercial truck pulled over on the highway, remember, you aren't just looking at a breakdown.
Right.
You are witnessing a high-stakes race against the clock in a multi-billion-dollar industry.
And honestly, multi-billion is almost an understatement here.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, the market analysis puts the global roadside assistance market between $28.7 billion and $32.8 billion right now.
Wow. Wait, 32 billion?
Yeah. And the trucking sector is the fastest growing segment within that massive market.
$32 billion dedicated entirely to things going wrong on the side of the road. That is wild.
It comes down to the fundamental difference between, a passenger car breaking down and a commercial truck breaking down.
Right, the stakes are different.
Exactly. If your car dies on the way to work, it's a massive personal inconvenience. You're late for a meeting.
Yeah, you get a coffee, wait for the tow.
Right. But commercial trucking operations are hyper-reliant on just-in-time logistics. They operate on incredibly tight delivery windows.
Because a late truck isn't just a late truck.
Exactly.
If they miss their delivery window, an entire automotive manufacturing plant might have to, halt the assembly line because they don't have the microchips or the brake pads that are sitting in the back of that exact trailer.
Yes, and the financial losses cascade down the chain by the minute.
It's crazy.
What's fascinating here is how the roadside assistance industry has had to pivot to protect those delivery timelines.
How so?
Well, historically, the immediate answer to a breakdown was just a tow truck.
Sure, hook it up and drag it away.
Right. And towing still remains the largest service category by revenue because, when a truck has suffered catastrophic engine failure, it has to be moved.
You can't fix a blown engine block on the shoulder.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
there is a massive shift happening right now. The industry is aggressively prioritizing mobile on-site repairs.
Okay, that makes complete sense. It's basically a roadside ER. You're bringing the trauma surgeons directly to the patient rather than wasting time putting them in an ambulance.
That's a great way to put it.
Because towing an 80,000-pound commercial truck, especially one that's fully loaded with cargo, that has to be a logistical nightmare.
Oh, it is a nightmare, and the physics of it are just daunting. You can't just hook a semi-truck up to a standard pickup.
Right.
You need a specialized heavy-duty wrecker, sometimes two, depending on the angle of the truck.
Wow, 2 wreckers.
Yeah, and you often need to coordinate with local highway patrol to shut down lanes of traffic. You might even have to decouple the trailer and have another truck come pick it up.
Which takes forever.
The entire process takes hours, completely destroying the delivery schedule.
So bringing the ER to the truck avoids all of that.
Exactly.
If you dispatch a mobile technician who is equipped with specialized tools, they can just Replace the blown tire, deliver emergency fuel, fix a locked-out cab, or even jump-start the battery right there on the shoulder.
You resolve the issue on the spot, the driver gets back in the cab, and the cargo arrives maybe an hour late instead of an entire day late.
But keeping that cargo moving is only half the equation, right? Because the companies running these fleets are looking at a much colder calculus.
Oh, definitely.
They're looking at the sheer cost of that breakdown. I mean, who is actually paying to maintain this $32 billion safety net?
Well, the fleets themselves bear the brunt of it, and the out-of-pocket costs they're severe.
How bad?
A single standard roadside event for a commercial truck, like a mobile technician coming out to replace a tire or, say, fix a severed air hose, that costs anywhere from $300 to over $1,000.
Over $1,000 just for a quick fix.
Yeah.
What happens if they actually need that massive wrecker you described earlier?
If you need a heavy-duty tow in a complex situation, say a truck stuck in a ditch on a rural highway, the cost easily exceeds $2,500.
Oh my God.
And sometimes much more if environmental cleanup is involved, like if fuel spilled.
Over $2,500 for one tow. I mean, that completely wipes out the profit margin for that entire haul.
Which is precisely why fleets are abandoning the old model of just paying out of pocket every single time a truck breaks down.
It's just too unpredictable.
Way too unpredictable. Instead, the industry standard is moving rapidly to subscription-based plans.
Okay, like a membership.
Exactly. Fleets pay a roadside assistance provider a flat annual fee, usually between $150 to $500 per vehicle.
Got it.
In exchange, the fleet gets predictable, manageable expenses.
Makes sense.
There are also hybrid models where fleets pay a lower base fee plus hourly labor and mileage when an incident actually occurs, but those require meticulous auditing.
Because the mileage can add up.
Oh, yeah. Without strict oversight, those mileage fees can cause the final invoice to just skyrocket.
Wait, hold on. The math on the subscription model doesn't add up for me.
How so?
If a single, complex, heavy-duty tow costs upwards of $2,500, but a fleet is only paying a maximum of $500 a year per truck.
I see what you're saying.
How do the service providers not go bankrupt the very first time they have to dispatch a heavy wrecker?
It relies entirely on the law of large numbers. It functions exactly like an insurance policy.
Oh, right.
A mega fleet might have 10,000 trucks. Not every single one of those trucks is going to require a $2,500 tow this year.
So the thousands of trucks that don't break down or, only need a cheap jump start, they subsidize the few trucks that end up in a ditch.
Precisely. But this pricing structure reveals the underlying motivation for the service providers, too.
What do you mean?
It illustrates exactly why they are so eager to perform on-site repairs instead of towing. If a provider has collected a $500 premium for a truck and that truck breaks down, dispatching a mobile technician to do a quick $300 repair protects their profit margin.
Right, they still come out ahead.
But if they have to pay a subcontractor $2,500 to tow it, they take a massive loss on that specific vehicle.
So it is a perfect alignment of incentives. The fleet wants an on-site repair because it saves their delivery schedule, and the service provider wants an on-site repair because it's cheaper to execute.
Everyone wins.
But the entire premise of an on-site repair saving the day hinges on one critical factor, which is speed.
Oh, absolutely.
If the mobile technician takes 6 hours to find the truck, you might as well have just towed it.
Speed is the ultimate metric here. In mobile roadside assistance, response time dictates whether a provider keeps their contracts.
What's the goal they're aiming for?
The gold standard benchmark everyone is chasing is an arrival time of 45 to 60 minutes.
That is incredibly fast when you consider they are deploying a mobile mechanic shop through unpredictable active highway traffic.
It gets faster.
Really?
Yeah, in high-density urban corridors, the best-in-class providers are hitting response times of under 30 minutes for critical incidents.
Under 30 minutes? That's faster than pizza delivery.
It really is. Now, in rural areas, it extends to 90 minutes or more, simply due to the sheer geography and lack of local mechanics. But achieving a sub-60-minute arrival time across the board is impossible, with human dispatchers manually calling around to find a tow truck.
Which means this entire industry has had to become a technology sector.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The modern roadside rescue is entirely digital.
Right.
Drivers use mobile apps to request help with a tap, completely bypassing phone queues. They track the incoming service provider in real time on a map, just like tracking a food delivery.
Oh, that's cool.
And the fleet managers get the cost estimates up front before a wrench is even turned.
Wow.
But the app is just the surface. The real revolution is telematics and GPS integration.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting, because the truck is essentially acting like a patient wearing a medical smartwatch.
Yes.
If you have a smartwatch that monitors your vitals, it can automatically message your doctor to say, hey, they have an irregular heartbeat, before you even feel the chest pain. The modern commercial truck is literally diagnosing itself.
That is exactly what is happening under the hood.
Wow.
Modern semi-trucks are rolling data centers.
It's crazy.
The engine control module, the braking systems, the exhaust sensors, they all constantly generating telemetry.
Okay.
So when a fault code triggers, say, a sensor, detects a sudden drop in voltage from the alternator, the telematics system instantly beams that diagnostic data and the exact GPS coordinates to the roadside assistance platform.
Before the driver even pulls over.
Often before the driver even realizes there is a severe problem.
That's incredible.
And this is where artificial intelligence takes over. The AI platform receives the fault code, analyzes the GPS location, and scans a database of thousands of mobile technicians in the area.
It finds the closest guy.
Not just the closest. It filters them to find the specific technician who has an alternator for that exact make and model of truck in their van and automatically routes them to the scene.
So the mechanic arrives not just knowing where the truck is, but already holding the exact part needed to fix it.
Exactly.
There's no standing on the side of the road scratching their heads.
None. And this capability shifts the entire paradigm of the industry. We are moving from waiting for a truck to break to proactive.
Predictive maintenance.
Yes. AI analyzes the historical data and the current telemetry to detect failing components early. If the system notices a battery cell degrading, it doesn't wait for the truck to die in the fast lane.
Right, it intercepts it.
The dispatcher schedules a mobile repair during the driver's legally mandated rest period at a truck stop.
The breakdown never actually happens on the highway. That is the holy grail of logistics. Zero downtime.
And zero downtime keeps a massive web of stakeholders happy. It isn't just the driver who is relieved.
Who else?
Brokers and shippers rely heavily on this predictive network to meet their service level agreements, or SLAs.
Okay, let's define that, because an SLA sounds like standard corporate paperwork, but in trucking, it is a financial weapon.
It really is. An SLA is a strict contract between the shipper, say a massive big box retailer, and the carrier hauling the goods. It dictates exactly when that cargo must arrive.
Down to the hour.
Yes. If the carrier misses that delivery window by even a couple of hours, the SLA triggers massive financial penalties.
Wow.
Sometimes the retailer will refuse the load entirely, leaving the carrier to eat the cost of the entire shipment.
So a broken alternator doesn't just cost the price of the part. It could cost the carrier tens of thousands of dollars in SLA penalties.
Which is why insurance companies are now integrating MRA services directly into their commercial policies.
Oh, that makes sense.
A fast roadside repair reduces the likelihood of spoiled cargo claims for refrigerated trucks, and it ensures safety compliance, which keeps premiums down.
It sounds like an absolutely flawless, well-oiled machine. AI dispatchers, self-diagnosing engines, predictive maintenance, saving the day while the driver sleeps.
It sounds great on paper.
But we have to address the reality on the ground. No system is a utopia. Where does this highly interconnected web actually break down?
Well, the biggest structural bottleneck right now is the extreme fragmentation of the service networks.
Meaning what?
There is no single global company that owns all the roadside assistance vans. It is a patchwork of thousands of independent local providers.
Oh, I see.
And that leads to wildly inconsistent service quality.
So the mobile technician you get outside of Chicago might have a state-of-the-art van with a full diagnostic suite, but the one you get in a remote part of a mountain pass might just be a guy with a toolbox and a pickup.
Exactly that. And it ties directly into the second, much more severe roadblock, which is a massive labor shortage.
Really?
Yeah, the industry is in desperate need of skilled technicians.
But didn't we just say AI is doing all the diagnosing? Why do they need so many skilled techs?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it reveals a fundamental truth about our economy.
Okay.
Artificial intelligence and software can optimize a route and they can read an engine code. But software cannot physically lift a 100-pound tire on the side of a busy highway in the pouring rain.
Right. Good point.
Technology can only take you to the final mile. You still need human hands to execute the physical labor.
It is an incredible contradiction. We have space-age telematics, but we are paralyzed because we don't have enough humans holding wrenches.
And these aren't just people turning wrenches anymore. A modern diesel mechanic has to be a highly specialized IT professional capable of diagnosing complex computer networks while standing on a gravel shoulder.
It's a lot to ask.
The barrier to entry is enormous. The diagnostic laptops, the software licenses, the specialized tools, it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to outfit a single mobile repair van.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yes, that high equipment cost locks smaller, independent mom-and-pop providers out of the modern market.
Which only exacerbates the labor shortage and the fragmentation.
Exactly.
If a local fleet uses one proprietary software platform and the only mechanic within 50 miles uses a different, incompatible platform, the automated coordination completely fails.
Lack of platform standardization is a constant friction point. The industry is trying to build a universal digital language, but it's a slow process.
So the limiting factor of this futuristic safety net is finding enough trained humans with enough expensive gear to physically execute the repairs.
Basically, yes.
But if labor and standardization are the current hurdles, the next wave of commercial trucking is going to rewrite the rules from scratch, right?
Yeah.
Because the very nature of the vehicle is changing.
Oh, completely. The most disruptive change on the horizon, without question, is the rise of the commercial electric vehicle.
The EV semi-trucks.
Yes. As massive fleets begin transitioning from diesel to electric trucks, the entire concept of roadside assistance has to be reinvented.
Because a diesel mechanic cannot fix a high-voltage electric drivetrain.
They absolutely cannot. You don't need a mechanic anymore. You need a highly trained, high-voltage electrician.
Wow.
The safety protocols alone are entirely different. An improper repair on a diesel engine might cause it to, stall. An improper repair on a commercial EV battery pack could cause a catastrophic thermal runaway fire.
Which leads to the most practical question of this entire deep dive.
What's that?
How do you fuel an EV on the side of the road? With a diesel truck, if they run out of fuel, a roadside van pulls up, pours 5 gallons of diesel from a plastic jerry can into the tank, and the truck drives to the next station.
Right.
How do you bring a can of electricity to a stranded 80,000-pound EV semi-truck?
This raises an important question, and it is the exact engineering problem the industry is racing to solve today. You can't just plug a semi-truck into a portable generator.
No, obviously not.
Service providers are having to innovate their physical hardware just as fast as their software. We are starting to see the deployment of mobile DC fast charging units.
What does that actually look like in practice?
Picture a standard flatbed tow truck, but instead of carrying a car, the entire bed is covered in a massive, high-density lithium-ion battery bank.
Okay, that sounds intense.
It pulls up to the stranded truck, plugs in a heavy-duty charging cable, and rapidly transfers enough electricity into the stranded semi to give it maybe 30 or 40 miles of range.
Just enough to limp to a permanent charging station.
Exactly.
That is wild. They are dispatching giant rolling batteries to rescue other giant rolling batteries.
It's a massive capital investment for the service providers, requiring entirely new sets of specialized battery diagnostic tools and charging infrastructure.
Yeah, I bet.
This transition is also pushing the industry toward a concept called roadside as a service.
That sounds like a buzzword straight out of Silicon Valley. Software as a service, but for flat tires.
It is a buzzword, yeah, but the concept is profound. It means that roadside assistance is no longer a standalone emergency phone call you make when things go wrong.
What is it then?
It's being natively integrated into the broader logistics, routing, and fleet management software systems. It's an automated background process.
Oh, wow.
The fleet pays a comprehensive subscription, and the MRA platform quietly monitors the trucks, dispatches predictive maintenance, and handles emergencies without the fleet manager ever having to pick up a phone.
But the most fascinating part of the data isn't just what is being built, but where it is growing the fastest.
Yes, the global expansion.
We tend to think of North America and Europe as the centers of logistics tech, but the emerging markets are where the explosive growth is happening. Africa in particular was highlighted as a massive opportunity.
The African logistics market is uniquely positioned for this. You have a combination of massive, rapidly growing commercial fleet sizes, coupled with regions that have limited existing legacy infrastructure.
Meaning they don't have deeply entrenched, decades-old towing networks and fragmented local dispatch systems to deal with.
Precisely. Because they aren't burdened by those legacy systems, they have the incredible potential to leapfrog traditional development models entirely.
It is the exact same phenomenon we saw with telecom in developing nations.
Oh, exactly like that.
Many regions completely skipped the incredibly expensive process of stringing millions of miles of copper wire for landline telephones and just jumped straight to building cellular towers and mobile networks. They leapfrogged a generation of technology.
And we are seeing that exact leapfrog effect in roadside assistance. In emerging markets, they can build their MRA networks natively on digital platforms from day one.
No analog transition phase.
Right. They are using mobile-first apps, cloud-based AI dispatching, and telematics without having to slowly dismantle older analog systems first. The result is a highly efficient, modern network built from the ground up for the realities of 2026.
So what does this all mean? When we step back and look at everything we've covered today, it is clear that mobile roadside assistance is no longer just a tow truck waiting on a highway off-ramp.
Not even close.
It is a $32 billion technological marvel. It's a system hyper-focused on uptime, shifting an entire global industry from reactive, desperately expensive towing to proactive AI-driven on-site repair.
Spot on.
It's analyzing engine telemetry, dispatching predictive maintenance, and racing toward a highly integrated, electrified global future.
It truly is the invisible backbone that keeps global trade functioning.
Yeah.
Every single time a highly trained technician fixes a sensor or replaces a tire on the shoulder of a dark highway, they are ensuring that the fragile, cascading timeline of global logistics holds together. They're stopping the domino effect before it starts.
So to you, our listener, the next time you order something online, it magically appears on your doorstep tomorrow morning instead of next week. Remember that this invisible safety net of mobile technicians, AI dispatchers, and self-diagnosing trucks is the exact reason why.
It is a remarkable system, and as our supply chains grow faster and more demanding, the invisible work done on the side of the road will only become more critical.
It absolutely will. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a thought to mull over on your own.
Oh, here we go.
We talked extensively about artificial intelligence diagnosing the trucks, and we talked about the severe shortage of human mechanics needed to execute the physical repairs.
We did.
As AI, robotics, and predictive maintenance continue to evolve, what happens when we reach the age of fully autonomous, self-driving trucks? Will we eventually see automated robotic mechanic vans dispatching themselves, pulling up alongside driverless semi-trucks on lonely stretches of midnight highway, and changing out modular engine components entirely without human intervention?
Wow.
Sounds like science fiction, but given how fast this industry is moving, maybe it isn't that far away. Keep exploring the invisible systems running our world, and we will see you on the next deep dive.